It's a scam. It's a political witch hunt. It continues, and it continues forever. And we're not going to be given a fair trial. It's a very, very sad thing. We've got a real problem with this judge. We have a real problem with a lot of things having to do with this trial, including the DA, because you go right outside and people are being mugged and killed all day long, and he's sitting here all day with about 10 or 12 prosecutors over nothing. Over nothing. Over what people say shouldn't be a trial.
President Trump slamming the hush money trial against him in New York City, which kicked off today with jury selection. So far, more than half of the 96 prospective jurors from the first round had to be dismissed after saying they could not be fair and impartial. Joining us now is the attorney for Donald Trump, Alina Habba. Alina, good to see you. Thanks for being with us. So just at first blush, how did day one go in jury selection? Do you feel like you're getting a fair shake to start?
Never. Not in New York, you can't. And not with a judge who heard Alan Weisselberg put him in jail, then put him in jail a second time, is hearing Steve Bannon's case. Let's not forget who this guy is, okay? So we've got a judge who has a daughter who works for a company that does marketing for the likes of Chuck Schumer, Kamala Harris, and President Biden. Then you want him to be impartial. He won't recuse himself, and President Trump goes in and gets scolded for replying to somebody who's a witness who's attacking him on MSDNC and CNN all day, but he can't respond. We have gag orders coming out of this, and now on top of it all, President Trump is told today that he may not be able to attend his son Barron's high school graduation. And on top of that, never mind that, the attorneys can't even observe Passover. They have to show up at trial. The urgency is clear. It's election interference, and it's because in November there's a race that they cannot win. So today was very telling, I think, of what lies ahead. It was very consistent, unfortunately, for Judge Merchan, and we'll be waiting and seeing day by day. But New York's a tough state, and I know it well.
Tough that he can't attend his son's high school graduation under threat of being jailed. But you mentioned the gag order, Elena. Former President Trump took to Truth Social this morning demanding that the judge take off the muzzle, saying this: "I want my voice back. This crooked judge has gagged me, unconstitutional!" Exclamation point. The other side can talk about me, but I am not allowed to talk about them. Rigged trial. Is there any reprieve to be had with this gag order?
You know, we're going to have to do there what we do in everything, which is unfortunately take it up to the higher courts. It shouldn't be the case. There is a First Amendment right. You are innocent until proven guilty. That is the way it's supposed to be. But when you have a banana republic and a court that is using the court branch effectively and the judicial branch to attack political opponents and to selectively prosecute and persecute people, we've got a real problem in our country. So let's hope the appellate division steps in and interferes and says, hey, we're going to stop this. We've seen it happen before. Hopefully they'll continue to do so. The problem we have is we have a jury pool now watching, and some of these jury pool members that are sitting there may be the jury selected for trial. So to have them hearing this kind of partisan negative reaction to a defendant is not only toxic, but it permeates and it affects the jury. So a judge, whether you have a jury or not, can very much affect what happens moving forward. So I have real concerns.
And I think America has concerns. You're right on the legal side. But as we move out from the legal side, from the courtroom, which you focus on, we also have a situation where Donald Trump is going to be stuck in a courtroom for most of May, maybe even into June. And it seems like Democrats or this court is trying to slow Donald Trump down to the pace of Joe Biden, not being able to go out on the campaign trail, do rallies, talk to voters, which is only going to help Joe Biden.
Well, it's going to help Joe Biden because he can be out there. But here's the good news. Joe Biden can't happen to walk, so he can't get out there. If you had a normal candidate, maybe so, but the man doesn't leave unless he's on the beach eating an ice cream. We have a real situation here, though. They are preventing President Trump, who is active, who is on the campaign trail, from being on the campaign trail. And that's the issue. You're right. And by the way, don't think that it's not a coincidence that this judge only gave them Wednesday off, not Fridays off, which is typical for trials. So they have to be in court Monday, Tuesday, not Wednesday, but then Thursday, Friday, which makes it impossible, nearly impossible, to be on the campaign trail because it's in the middle of the week. It's intentional. I truly do believe that everything here is done by design. I have been in the New York courts. It is not unintentional by any means, and we'll be watching closely.
And President Trump was denied his request by the judge to attend the arguments in front of the Supreme Court next week. Alina Habba,
Right.
thank you so much for being here. Day one.
Thank you.
Thank you.